I love doing this. So, quick response to Brian Red's latest video to saying yes confidently or just saying no. And in response to that DJ who's dealing with that school, have you considered renting? Now, granted, if you're getting this kind of work all the time, it's time to be like, look, you need high dollar equipment. I need high dollar price tag to pay for that equipment. But let's say you get this gig once a year, once every 2 years, and this is the only time you do it. How do you handle it? Do you buy a system for this one event? No. As a business owner, I would say rent. Let's say you need ETXs for that event. Cool, rent them. And here's where that comes in. So an ETX 12P new is $1,299. If I had that box, I would probably be getting it at dealer as a rental company. I would be getting that box at dealer, and because of that, I would be charging about $125 per speaker to rent that box out. So $250 plus $25 for a stand if you don't already have stands. You're looking at about $300 and you're up and running. You can do your event now. As a company, I own about 3 PA systems, and I get about 1 event to 2 events every year that require a bigger PA system. And with that, the company I work for has a big PA system. I can go rent that big PA system for that 1 or 2 events a year and cover my behind without having to buy that PA system. So, and we're talking like the PA system I'm renting costs about $16,000 to $20,000. And no, we're not talking about line arrays. This is 2-point source boxes, 2 subwoofers. It's about a $20,000 PA system. But I only need it for 1 event a year. Am I going to go buy a $20,000 PA system for 1 or 2 events a year? Or am I going to rent it for $300-400? I can't remember my rate on that rig. I think it's like somewhere in the $800 range. I charge the customer somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,000 PA system. They're covered. I'm making money. They're making money. All is well. So keep that in mind, that there is the possibility to rent this gear. Now, if you need it 2 or 3 times a week, renting is not an option because you never own it. But if you need it once a year, rent it. You can make a lot of money. I'll give you a great, for instance, on some ways that we would actually bend the rental rules. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but a certain headset mic that I use a lot in rentals, we get them for about $15 to $20. I connect them to a Shure BLX or Shure QLX body pack system, and we have these for like school kids rentals and that kind of thing. Cool thing about that is I charge $50 for the body pack, and then I charge $25 for the microphone. Now, why would I do that? Because here's the deal. If a kid breaks that microphone, automatically they've paid for it. So I'm not going to go. So I've had this happen a couple times. I brought it back. Oh, I destroyed your headset mic. Don't worry about it. And they're like, huh? I'm like, don't worry about it. And when they walk out of the shop, I take the headset mic, unplug it from the body pack, and I go in the trash and order another one. So there's some areas I will bend the rules, but on like a speaker, generally I take the cost of the speaker, divide it by 10, and that's how I set my rental price. Is can I pay it off in 10 rentals? So that's how most AV companies do things, is they will do it based on can they pay it off in 10 rentals. Your mileage may vary. Call up some local rental shops. If you're the DJ and you're watching this and you're trying to find that ETX system, call up some local rental shops. If you're in an area like me, there's at least 4 rental shops in my area right now. I can find a piece of gear if I need it. So if you need that piece of gear, you got that gig coming, say, hey, if they're calling like, hey, they'll pay $1,000. So I need a bigger PA. Can I get $1,500? And now you're making that $1,000 and you've paid for that rental. And let's say you get that rental for $250. You say, well, I need $500 for rental. Guess what? You just pocketed an additional $250 because you did that rental. I usually call that a pickup delivery fee. So I always charge a little extra anytime we rent, and I call that a pickup delivery fee. The reason I do that is because I have to go to the rental shop, pick up the gear, bring it to my shop, hook it up, test it, and then I have to take the gear to the gig, bring the gear back, clean it up, return it to the rental shop. So I do charge a little bit more than what my rental shops charge me. And I had a customer catch on to that, and they were like, well, I called your rental shop, and they're only charging, $125 for this piece of equipment. Why are you charging $175? Because you're getting it from this rental shop. So, well, I have to go pick up the piece of gear. I have to bring it to my shop. I have to test it. Then I have to... Can you see those so much? And then I have to bring the piece of gear to your gig. Then I have to leave your gig, bring the piece of gear back to my shop, clean the piece of gear, and return the piece of gear to the rental house. Putting mileage and gas in my vehicles, plus my time to pick up the piece of gear, negotiate with the rental shop. So you see, there's ways you can do it. There's ways you can rent and be more cost effective than if you tried to buy that piece of equipment. So keep that in mind for your gigs. Thanks for watching.